30th. This is Mrs. Johnson
and Miss Prest
reporting for the 5th graders who are out on leave.
Congratulations to this week's reading raffle winners, Morgan, Thomas, Aiden, Jocelyn, and Bryce, who won fidget spinners. Reminder that Mrs. Moore draws live on Facebook on Fridays at 3:30, so keep reading and send your teachers your time.
We hope that some of you had a chance to check out last week's virtual field trip to Tech Interactive in San Jose, or the Egg Farm. This week is one for the whole family, as we tour the Australia Zoo with the crocodile hunter's son, Robert. It's a shorter one this week, but we hope it will spark some of our students to check out more news by the Irvin family and their work in conservation. They actually rescued over 90,000 animals in the recent fires in Australia.
The field trip link is available on the school news page on GradeLink under Mrs. Moore's electives. Last week's art challenge was to draw Baby Yoda, and we had quite a few entries. Here are some 4th grade entries. This week's activity is to draw an ice cream tower. Everyone who turns in their entry will get a gift certificate for Yogurtland to use to celebrate when the quarantine is over.
We want to encourage you to spend time with your family while you're at home and ask the teachers to share some family game ideas. So let's go to them now.
This is a picture of my family last weekend playing one of our favorite games, Mexican Train. It's more for older kids, but it's a lot of fun. But the game that I used to love to play when I was a little kid was Sorry. This is a lot of fun. You can actually get both of these games on Amazon right now.
All right, guys, one of my favorite games to play is a good old-fashioned Pictionary. And if you haven't played before, basically you're trying to draw a picture and have your team guess what you are drawing. Okay, now I like this because there's different categories. Oops, I don't know if I stepped out there, but there's different categories. Okay, so there's like action word, there's an object, there's a difficult category. So anyways, you draw a card and you draw one of these. And the reason I like this game also is because it's not about how well you can draw, it's about what you are drawing. For example, let's say I've got the word Seattle, okay? I have to draw Seattle. Now, for my boys out there, you might draw like the Seattle Seahawks logo, right? Other people might draw the Space Needle that's in Seattle. Someone might actually draw a map of the U.S. to start. So you have to think of what can you draw to get your team to guess that word. Okay, so this is one of my favorites. Now I went online to see if they still sell these, and lo and behold, they have went high tech with this game. There's like this pen, it's called Pictionary Air. So there's this magical pen, you draw in the air. You don't even need paper or a board. You draw in the air, and what you're drawing goes onto a TV screen that everyone can see. So maybe you want to try that. I saw that at Target. Okay, they can ship that to you. However, I read some reviews on it, and you know, as with all technology, sometimes what you draw isn't exactly showing up right, or there's delays, things like that. But anyways, Pictionary, one of my favorites. So try that out. Okay, the other good thing about Pictionary is if it's sold out online or you can't find it, you can make your own cards. You can always just write random words, have different people write a bunch of random words and then just pick it out from a stack, and whatever word you get, you just draw that.
The game I'm recommending is Tellest Raishin. Now, I've played this at home with just my own family. I've also played it with my extended family, with cousins, grandparents, aunts, and uncles, and I played it at Christmas parties with my friends. So in Tellest Raishin, it's kind of a mix between charades and telephone. So how you play is first you pick your clue, and then you're going to write down what it is. For example, it could be an Easter basket, and then the next person has to draw it, and then that person looks at the sketch and has to guess what it is. So you kind of go back and forth between drawing and guessing, and it's really funny at the end when you look at what it started as an Easter basket and then it ends up being something really crazy. Now, I'm going to show you how you can play this game just on your own without actually purchasing it. They do have it at Target.com, but if you want to try it before you buy it, this is how you would do it. You would give each person a piece of paper, as many as the people playing. So if you had 4 people playing, each person gets 4 pieces of paper. Now, what I do is I go online and I look for like a theme. Like if it's Easter, I'll look for Easter conversation starters. Or if it's Christmas, I'll look for Christmas conversation starters. And then I'll pick one out, and then that person's going to draw something. And then as you go, you just put your answer on the back to hide it. And you can do it on your own, see if you like it. If you have little kids who can't read, you can play as a team, like a parent and the child together. And if you're worried, like, I'm not a very good drawer, actually, the worse drawer you are, the funnier it is. And if you have some smart alecky kids in the family, it's really funny. 5th grade boys, you're going to love this.
Hey guys, so one of my favorite games to play at home is Uno. Why is it one of my favorites? Well, one, it doesn't take much thinking. It's pretty straightforward. You match the colors, you match the numbers. The cards pretty much tell you what to do. And the game Uno is because when you get to your last card, you make sure you yell Uno so that everyone knows you only have 1 card left. If you don't yell Uno, then you have to draw a card because you didn't play the game correctly. Also, another great thing is that this game is available on Amazon. I checked, and it does not cost very much at all. And if you got Prime, you can get it real quick.
My game idea is a game called Fishbowl, and you don't need any special supplies to play this. Just a container like a bowl or basket, and some slips of paper. So the way you play is you write a bunch of words or phrases on the paper. You can have a theme, or you can just do random words. You fold them up and put them in the container. It's 3 rounds. So the first round, you grab the papers out, and you describe what you see on the paper, and your family members or your team tries to guess it. So let's try with Mrs. Johnson. Okay, Mrs. Johnson. This is a group of people that we miss a lot. They're usually in our classrooms, and now we only get to see them on Zoom.
Our students.
Yes. So then you grab another one. Okay, Mrs. Johnson. Oh, this one is the best grade.
This is so easy. 1st grade.
No, not 1st grade. Okay, let me think. It's a number that comes after 3, and it's the grade I teach.
Oh, your favorite, your best grade. 4th grade.
Okay. So, once you go through all the papers, you put them all back in, and you start for round 2 with the same papers. This time, when you grab them out, you act out the words like charades. Once you go through all those, you put them all back in, and for round 3, you're only allowed to say 1 word. And you can play with teams, or you can play with just one person in your family. Everyone gets a turn. The best way is to do a time limit to see how many you can get.
All right, well, just wanted to remind you that we miss you all. And remember, in the Bible, in 1 Peter 5:7, it says to give all your worries to God because He cares about you.
And remember that our character trait for the month is still respect. So my respect tip is for you to listen to your parents and obey on the first time. A lot of your parents are working from home, and we can all help out by listening.
Okay, so this Friday, when you drop off your schoolwork and pick up your new schoolwork, we also want you to pick up some Kleenex. We had a parent that donated a lot of Kleenex to our school. So you can pick up a whole case or multiple boxes.
This is Miss Prest
And Mrs. Johnson.
signing off for this edition of This Week at Pearl.